Despite its childish and wildly immature nature, Talking with Dinosaurs is not intended for children. It has blasphemy, sweary words, sexy talk, and bad thoughts. It is for entertainment purposes only, and while care has been taken to keep information as accurate as possible, paleontology is an ever-growing field with new data and theories constantly changing how we see these prehistoric monsters, so we make no guarantees about accuracy. Not that it matters, paleontologists are just making it all up as they go along anyway. Also, Mum, I'm really still very sorry. Hey, welcome back, me. I'm sorry about the gaps in episodes. I was busy celebrating Thanksgiving. That's a lie. I'm from New Zealand. I'm most thankful for not having to deal with a boring turkey day. But I'm back now, from outer space, and I'm super excited to be talking about dinosaurs again. Or am I? No, I am. I really am. I'm quite glad to be here again. What was I doing while I was away, you ask? Well, surely I used that extra time to finely tune a truly magnificent piece of comedic and informative genius. Something that will bring joy to the world, peace to the Middle East, and settle once and for all Pepsi or Coke. Pepsi. Well, no, that's not what I was doing. I mostly just shat this out as quickly as I usually do and spent the rest of the time making soup and googling, does cookie dough wash out of here? Spoilers, yes it does. Keep that in mind next time you're baking in zero gravity. This week, I'm sticking to dinosaur roots, going to the original dinosaur, Subject Zero, the beast that created the entire dinosaur craze, and doomed me to be eternally known as that creepy guy who stands in department stores and screams about scientific inaccuracies in children's toys. I'm sorry, the theropods mostly had feathers. Is that so hard to accept? You've got a toy parrot right beside it. Can you just pull some of them off and put them on the Megalosaurus? Where was I? Right. Okay, I'm talking about the Iguanadon. First discovered in 1822 by early paleontologist Mary Ann Mantell, wife of another early bone scavenger, Gideon Mantell, in Cuckfield, Sussex. Nothing funny at all about a place that could potentially be abbreviated Cucksex. She showed him the teeth, and they went on to excavate a big old lizard beast in the forest by where they found the teeth. They found it difficult to believe that it was a giant lizard at first, due to the fact that the teeth didn't look like any lizard teeth they'd ever seen before. The closest they could find was the teeth of an iguana, which is why they named it Iguanodon, the iguana tooth. Stupid, right? There was literally no other name taken. They could have named it anything. The only other dinosaur around at the time was Megalosaurus, so that eliminated big lizard, but anything else. Anyway, Iguanodon was pretty famously thought to be a wildly different shape to what it actually was, but that's not the fault of the Mantells. A creationist by the name of Richard Owen, who had the right connections to get what he wanted, was getting pretty annoyed about this whole evolution thing that everyone was talking about. He decided Iguanodon was more like a large, elephant-like lizard with the spike on its nose. He was an idiot. By 1849, Gideon Mantell realised that this was probably bullshit, but died before he could stop Owen from making the dinosaurs in the famous Crystal Palace display look like massive chubby chameleons. Chubby chameleons. Interestingly, after Gideon died, he left his fossil collection to his son, who moved to New Zealand and became a politician. That's my weird little corner of the world. It's weird to think that the teeth that started the dinosaur craze ended up on the opposite side of the planet, on a different set of shitty little rainy islands that had barely any dinosaur fossils of its own. Okay, at this point it's probably worth noting that the dinosaurs Mary Ann and Gideon found were later found to not actually be what we would consider iguanodons. Seems pretty weird that we got to take what they discovered and tell them it's not what they said it was. What we now know as an iguanodon was discovered in 1878 in Dinosaurs, Belgium. That's right, the Belgians are good for more than just chocolate, jazz, and being a massive weak spot on France's flank during World Wars. A skeleton was found by a couple of miners, whose Belgian names I can't pronounce. Excavations ended up discovering a total of 38 iguanodon skeletons of all ages, which were lovingly restored by a man by the name of Louis Dolo. Louis was a pioneer in paleobiology, and was 100% certain that Richard Owen's model of the iguanodon was wrong. He saw them as upright, with their forelegs skinny, and that they were arms, and with their tails dragging along the ground. He set up some displays of some skeletons in this position, and they looked great. It was completely wrong, but they looked great. He did, however, realise that the spikes were supposed to be on the thumb, not the nose, and got the shape of the body pretty much right. It's not really his fault though, he was French. People really stopped caring about the dinosaurs as much, but the mid-20th century brought a lot of interest back to the old iguana tooth, when specimens were starting to be discovered all over the world. I mentioned before that the original creature named Iguanodon wasn't actually an iguanodon, which really doesn't feel like it makes sense. What happened is that those early dinosaurs, especially Iguanodons and the Megalosaurus, ended up being what's known as waste bucket taxons. Pretty much they jam a bunch of unrelated creatures together because they can't figure out where to put them. Sort of like my eyes on a nudist beach. I generally leave them in my head though. Heaps of distantly related dinosaurs were lumped together, and it wasn't until the turn of the millennium that the International Commission on Zoological Nomenclature, or as they're more commonly known, the biggest dorks in the world, decided to sort that shit out. The Belgian iguanodons were cited to be the truest representations of iguanodons, and the Mantel's version was changed to be called Therosaurus. It's not all bad for the Mantels though, as they had a dinosaur named after them, the Mantelosaurus. God, what a confusing mess this is. Paleontologists can't make anything easy, can they? Pick a species, stick with it. Don't let the pesky evidence get in the way, it's just the devil tricking you anyway. Well, that's all the boring iguanodon shit I've got for you. How does the iguanodon stack up against other, more exciting dinosaurs? I've given it a solid 7 out of... Oh, yeah? It definitely could be improved. It's not the sort of dinosaur that gets the juices flowing. It's got a lot of history behind it though, and set the stage for a lot more fun dinosaurs. It could definitely be improved by maybe having it start a funk band, using its spiky thumb to get some mean slap bass going, maybe even tour with George Clinton. And with Iguanodon rated out of the way, that brings us to my favourite segment, You Ask, Dinosaurs Cry. Yeah, I'll change the name again. Deal with it. You want to fight about it? I hope not. You'd smash me, mate. Not into that. Now, I had some real humdingers this week. I'm not sure what that word means, but they were definitely it. Let's get into them. First question. How can I open the door, get on the floor, if I don't have a dinosaur? That's from Dino Dancer down south. Well, that's a good question, Dino Dancer. Opening the door and getting on the floor is an important part of a healthy diet. If you're missing the requisite dinosaur to ensure optimum door opening and floor getting on, please see a doctor or licensed nutritionist. They should be able to get a prescription to a small starter dinosaur to keep you going for at least a short period of time. On to our second question. Do dinosaurs? There's no name on that one, so let's call them Dino Dakar. Yes, Dino Dakar, dinosaurs do. Thank you. Alright, I know you can only put up with my annoying voice for so long, so let's drown the shit in orange juice. Metaphorical orange juice. Please don't actually drown me. The fact that anyone listens to this really means a lot to me, so thanks for getting this far. As usual, send your Jurassic jigsaws my way to talkingwithdinosaurs@gmail.com, or you can use the hashtag TalkingDinoCast. You can message me on the Facebook page, or write it on a brick and throw it through my fucking window while I sleep. Remember, we're available pretty much everywhere now, so make sure you tell everyone to follow me, like I'm some kind of horrid ginger Pied Piper. Get them to listen, go on. Alright, I'm sick of talking now. I've been Stefan Ado, and we've been Talking with Dinosaurs.